Lake Garda, located between the foothills of the Alps in northern Italy and the largest in Italy, a popular tourist destination with a mild Mediterranean climate, make it an ideal for visiting almost year-round, offering a unique blend of natural beauty, historical sites and the cultural experiences. We spent a week here, and this is my top places to visit while you're here. Sirmione. If you watch any video about Lake Garda, Sirmione is listed as the #1 town to visit. Trust me, it's the top of the list no matter where you look. There is a pretty good reason though that Sirmione is one of the most memorable towns you visit around the lake. The one-time Roman resort has a magnificent SKYSCANNER castle. It's one of Italy's best preserved castles. You can go inside for €6 or just admire it from the outside if you're in a hurry or on a budget. If you do decide to go inside, you will be rewarded with the magnificent views of the town. Just that worth to pay for the entrance, in my opinion. Town full of gorgeous shops. You can level up your Italian style in the fashion shops, buy some beautifully locally made traditional souvenirs, food, or a tourist art like keychains or magnets. Let's be honest, magnet is a must-have from any holiday, or your fridge will be very upset after you come back home. Boat trips offer a fantastic way to explore and appreciate the beauty of the town and the lake. There are plenty of those on offer, just pick one and enjoy. We picked 1 hour trip for €10, but remember, it can be rough and windy depends on the time of the year, so make sure you have the right clothing. Don't be a hero, it's not worth it. Okay, taking a little tourist train can seem to be tacky to some people, but to me it is something you must do. You're on a train which moves slower than some people walking next to it, and you have a smile of 5 years old on your face. Under €250, best value for money in my opinion. The number 2 on my list is a Cascade de Varone. Inside the splendid Grotto Cascade Varone Park, there is this wonder of nature. It is a waterfall that over the course of 20,000 years had dug a deep gorge into the mountain. Very impressive with a beautiful lighting for just 7 euros. A path both up and down is available. Inside there is also a lovely botanical garden, souvenir shop and a cafe with very affordable prices. Absolutely worth a visit and not to be missed when you're in Lake Garda. You can combine visit to waterfalls with a visit to this wonderful place. Santiago Madonna de la Corona is the famous pilgrimage church, seated 774 meters above the valley. The church was built at this dazzling height directly into the cliff face. The trek up is not difficult and it takes roughly 30 minutes, and you can admire the beautiful views. For centuries, people have climbed the staircase that leads to the church on their knees, asking for forgiveness for their sins. We did not do that, but despite not being religious, the sweeping views of the valley below and surrounding mountain peak, and as soon as you approach the steps leading up to the church sounds of beautiful church prayer, you feel that all weight coming off of your shoulders. If you have a chance, it definitely should be on your list. Canale di Tenor is slightly off the beaten track, but I thought it's worth to mention. It is a beautiful medieval village nestling in the gentle Mediterranean hills. The old stone houses, the walls, the windows decorated with geraniums, and the balconies overlooking the quiet lanes. 600 meters above sea level, which directly overlook Lake Garda, a truly fairy tale mountain, which not surprisingly has been for years on the list of the most beautiful villages in Italy. Riva del Garda is a popular resort on the far north of Lake Garda, just 40 kilometers from Trento. Surrounded by tree-covered mountains, it is ideal for both hiking and water sports. Riva is often used as a base for exploring the lake and the surrounding area. However, the town itself boasts with a wealth of history, art and architecture. One of the Riva's most striking buildings is the Torre Aponale, a tall clock tower which dated to the 13th century. It looks down to Piazza, the heart of the town. The tower is open to the public, and climbing up to the narrow steps is a good way to work out holiday food. Unlike some of the little picturesque tourist resorts on the lake, Riva del Garda is definitely a proper town. Opposite the waterfront, there is a chain of cafes where you can indulge in that classic Lake Garda activities, sitting with a glass of wine and watching the world go by. Of course, I can't not to mention Verona, just a short hop from the shore of Lake Garda. You don't have to be a Shakespeare fan to know about Romeo and Juliet's story, and Verona knows to be a city of Romeo and Juliet. Even Shakespeare's Juliet wasn't based on a real person, and the house doesn't have any relation to the story. Nevertheless, you always find big crowds of people from all over the world who come to Verona to live the fantasy. The story of Romeo and Juliet and the deadly feud between the families Montecchi and Cappelletti attract many tourists to the point that they even have a Juliet tomb. It's a lovely place to visit if you have a time. Okay, you participate in the Romeo and Juliet charade. What next? Verona is so much more than just a fictional love story. It is one of the oldest and most beautiful cities in Italy. And it's the largest city in the Veneto region after Venice. Verona is stunning, beautifully decorated buildings, narrow alleyways with cafe shops and bakeries with the lovely sweet treats. Walk across Ponte Pietra, one of the prettiest bridges in the city. Ponte Pietra connects the old city of Verona with Teatro Romano and Castel San Pietro. Take a funicular to the top. From here you get one of the best views of Verona. If you have pocket full of cash and you don't know what to do with that, there are plenty of those fancy schmancy designer stores to do that for you. There is so much to do and see in Verona. Roman arena, ancient churches, classy museums, rough and ready flea markets. I understand. To me, Verona is a love story all of its own. When you're in Italy, especially in Lake Garda, you have to immerse yourself in the local food and wine. If you decide to visit a winery, Borgo dei Poseri should be your choice. They set us up with baskets of fantastic local salami and cheese, complete with a cutting board and a map of the grounds. We then set off to self-directed wine tasting at 4 different gazebos. The ambience, kindness, and the wine were all perfection. I recommend this place to anyone who appreciates good wine, outdoor and European class. If you ask me or my friends what were the highlights from our holiday in Lake Garda, we will say Borgo dei Poseri wine tour. I don't like to come back to the same place twice, just because the world is so large and life is so short, but I would go back to that area just to visit this winery. What could be better than lovely wine, cheese, salami, crackers, and look at this view. Nothing can be better than that. Strada della Fora is one of the most scenic drives in the world. The road is a gem of engineering and landscape. Winston Churchill defined it as the 8th wonder of the world. It was built by exploring the cracks in the rocks created by the Brassa stream and followed the bends in the mountains and the stream of water. It is no surprise that James Bond, in the film A Quantum of Solace, launched his Aston Martin at full speed along this breathtaking route. Strada de Foro Road take you to Tremosine. The place is so worth a visit. Both for the drive, you can enjoy getting there, and the views that greet you once you've parked up and got your breath back. The delightful village nestled among the rock overlooking Lake Garda with absolutely breathtaking view from panoramic terrace of the town. Clean, carefully maintained, with a very beautiful church. Walking around the ancient path with narrow alley overlooked by perfect preserved old buildings, where you can breathe an atmosphere of time gone by, far from chaos and stress. One of the prettiest towns of Lake Garda is Limone sul Garda, located on the northeastern shore of the lake. If you approach Limone by boat, you will see the rocky cliffs raised up behind the village, making it picture perfect. The character of this small town is hidden in its name. Thanks to its mild climate, Limone has become an ideal place for growing lemon trees. Throughout the 19th century, the city was surrounded by dense of lemon groves, but with the rapid development of tourism, citrus civilization become less of importance, and yet outside the city on the steep hills you can still see the terraces with the famous lemons. If you're a lover of breathtaking panoramas of natural landscape, then you should definitely put Limone sul Garda on your list of must-see places. You will find abundance of flowers, narrow and winding streets, colorful houses, and the small shops to fall in love with. Enjoy its promenade with its little harbor and a large number of restaurants. There is no better way to watch people than from here. This beautiful village has a typical charm of fishing village. The lake's diverse environment offers something for every type of traveler. Wherever you're seeking relaxation, you are a history lover or an outdoor enthusiast. Lake Garda has everything. Numerous picturesque towns, each offer their own unique charm. Medieval castles with a rich history, or you can engage in a variety of activities including sailing, windsurfing, kayaking, hiking, mountain biking, and so on. The region around Lake Garda is famous for its delicious cuisine and an excellent wines. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.